Oh, we got some earbuds in the house. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave from Chase Summit, and today we're going to be taking a look at the SoundPeats True Wireless Earbuds. SoundPeats was kind enough to send out a couple of models for me to review and kind of compare and contrast the two, so that's what we'll be doing today. If you're new here, I typically review fitness tech like GPS watches and wearables, and occasionally some other stuff like action cameras and whatever I'm interested in. And if that all sounds very interesting to you, please hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss more videos from me in the future. And if you find this video funny, entertaining, informational, informative, whack that like button because it really helps out my channel. I also want to mention this is not a full, detailed, in-depth, long-term review. This is really just an unboxing and first listen of these earbuds to see what they're all about. Okay, what we're looking at here, let's zoom in a little bit, Dave. So what we're looking at here is the SoundPeats H1 and the TrueEngine SE3. Or 3 SE rather. These are both marketed to the same kind of person. They're kind of a fitness-oriented earbud for running or going to the gym or whatever. So that's why I'm interested in them, and that's why I'm making this video. Let's crack open the H1 first, and then check out the TrueEngine 3 SE in a second. A little stuck there. So like most earbuds, you've got the charging case and then the two earbuds themselves. Pop these puppies in their case so they get a quick charge before I put them in my ears. And digging deeper in the box, we've got some ear tips along with some foam ear tips, which is nice to see. You can mold the foam of an ear tip a little bit better when it's made out of that memory foam, and that gets a really good seal in your ear for better sound quality. And finally, we've got a USB Type-C cord. So let's talk about some of the specs of the H1 before I try them out. One thing that struck me before I even unboxed these is they have a really incredible battery life, or claimed battery life at least. The SoundPeats H1 supposedly lasts up to 40 hours with their charging case. That's kind of incredible. I think that's more than any earbud I've ever tested. So that means you can use the earbuds for 10 hours continuously and then put them back in their case to charge them up again 4 more times for a total of 40 hours. Kind of ridiculous. These use a Knowles driver, which is supposedly supposed to create better sound quality. And the case itself is actually compatible with wireless charging, which is really nice. That means I can throw this on my phone charger and charge it up and not have to worry about carrying an extra cable with me. The SoundPeats H1 also feature Bluetooth 5.0 connectivity, so you've got a really long range. You could walk up to about 30 feet before it loses connection with your phone. It also means I can use one earbud at a time, so you can pop one in, use it up for 10 hours, pop it back in the case, take this one out and use it again. So you basically have an unlimited listening experience if you want to just use one at a time. It's also kind of nice if you're running, you've only got one in, you can kind of hear what's going on around you. These do have noise cancellation for calling if you're making a call to somebody, but they don't have active noise cancellation when you're using them with music. And these do feature quick charge technology, which means if you charge them in for about 15 minutes, you can get a few hours of playtime out of them, which is great to see. And a full charge can happen in about an hour and a half. The SoundPeats H1 are IPX5 rated, so they can take a light splash or drizzle, but you shouldn't submerge them or run in a real downpour with them. They're not designed for that, but they can take some light moisture. Okay, let's go ahead and pop them in and see what they sound like real quick. Because of that larger battery, these are a larger earbud, but they're not big by any means. You can see here, they're still pretty low profile, and because of their design, they actually wrap around the inner ear canal, and they kind of spread out their size throughout the ear rather than sticking out too far. I kind of like the design. It's a muted look. They don't look bad, and the seal in my ear is actually really good. I'm having a hard time hearing myself talk, even though there's no noise cancellation on these earbuds. These are fully touch controlled. There is no buttons on these, which I kind of love, kind of hate. If I'm running, I actually prefer a button because I like that tactile click. It's a little easier for me to control things while I'm moving rather than trying to tap. And when your hands get wet, when you're sweaty, they don't work that great with the touch controls. All right, let's fire up some royalty-free music so I don't get in trouble here. I just listened to a few tracks on them, and I gotta say, they sound pretty good. They don't really have a lot of low end. There's not a ton of bass happening there, but it's a real flat response. So they actually sound pretty good for all kinds of music and not just hip hop or rock or whatever. They also get really loud, and even at max volume, the sound didn't really fall apart. They still sounded really good, even maxed out. So I'm pleasantly surprised with these SoundPeats H1s. These are really nice earbuds. I love the look. The battery life is really good. I like the wireless charging capabilities. The SoundPeats H1 retail for $50 on Amazon, and I think there's a coupon right now, so you can check the link down in the description. Now that we've looked at the H1s, let's take a look at the TrueEngine 3 SE. That's a long name. Just like the H1s there, it's a very similar box. I think it's even the same guy. Yeah, he's just wearing a different colored shirt. You flip the box over, you can see that the TrueEngine 3 SE look a little bit different than the H1s. They're a little bit flashier with that gold on the front. I'm not sure if I love that. So the TrueEngine 3 SE have a lot in common with the H1s, but there's some major differences as well. Let's crack them open and take a look. Very similar unboxing experience here. You've got your 2 earbuds and your charging case below that. And again, in the box, you've got multiple ear tips, including the foam ear tips and a USB-C charging cable. Pop the earbuds in the case real quick. Hopefully they've got a charge so I can give them a listen. Let's compare the size of the H1s here. The H1s are on the right here, and the TrueEngine 3 SE are on the left here. And you can see the cases are almost identical in size. The only difference is that the TrueEngine 3 SEs are all black, whereas the H1s have a silver cover to them. These cases do feel really durable. There's kind of a rubberized texture to them. Here's a size comparison. These are the Jaybird Vistas, and these are like my everyday carry earbuds here. These are super small, and you can see that the H1s and the TrueEngine 3s are not much bigger than the Jaybird Vistas. All right, let's get the H1s out of here for a second and take a look at the TrueEngine 3 SE. Okay, again, you've got Bluetooth 5.0 in the TrueEngine 3 SE, so you've got a long range and a really reliable connection. Very low latency when you're watching video or movies on your phone. The lips will be in sync with what you're watching. Again, these are IPX5 water resistance rated, so you can go out in a light drizzle for a run or go to the gym and not have to worry about sweat. But again, do not submerge these, don't take a shower with them. They will break. Battery life is where the H1s and the TrueEngine 3 SE differ. There's less battery life in the TrueEngine 3. These will fully charge in about 2 hours, and you've got about 30 hours of playback time between the case and the earbuds themselves. The TrueEngine 3 SE also feature dual drivers, whereas the H1 only have a single driver. Dual driver means you've got basically 2 small speakers in there, one creating the bass and one creating the high frequencies. So in theory, you should get a clearer response when there's multiple sounds happening at the same time. And again, the TrueEngine 3 SE earbuds feature noise cancellation for calling, but not with music or movie playback. There's no active noise cancellation, only passive through the fit of it in your ear canal. So definitely try out all of the ear tips so you get the best seal, because that'll give you the most isolation from the outside world. Okay, let's give these a quick listen, and I'll tell you what I think compared to the H1s. Okay, that was a good listen. I played a few tracks, different kind of genres to get a feel. I did a little pod track action to see how voices sound. So I think the TrueEngine 3 SE have a bit more bass, a little bit more low end, and there's a little bit more separation between the highs and the lows. Feels a little bit more like there's space, like I'm in a room. Whereas the H1s feel like they're more punchy and a little bit louder. There's a little bit less distortion. Overall, I think I prefer the TrueEngine 3 SE in terms of clarity and sound quality, but I really like the battery life, and I've actually noticed that there's a bit lower latency on the H1s when I'm watching a movie, and the lips are a little bit more in sync than the TrueEngine 3 SE, but they're both really good in that regard. I can watch a movie or play a game and not have an issue with audio lining up with what I'm watching. Now here's the strange thing. These are essentially both the same price right now, and the TrueEngine 3 SE actually have a 20% off coupon I just looked up. Again, I'll have both linked down in the description below, and those are affiliate links. They help support my channel, blah, blah, blah. Gotta say that stuff. It's the law. So this is kind of a tricky one. I think I prefer the sound quality of the TrueEngine 3 SE, but I like the features of the H1s better. You've got that 40-hour crazy long battery life with the charging case. You've got a little bit lower latency when you're watching movies or playing games, and the real kicker is having the wireless charging capability of the H1s, where the TrueEngine 3 SE do not have that. So if you're after purely sound quality, I think the TrueEngine 3 SEs are a little bit better, but if you want a well-rounded pair of earbuds with a lot of features with wireless charging, and you want to use it on multiple devices like your phone, your laptop, whatever, I think the H1s are also a really good option. So I think these are targeting different markets, where the TrueEngine 3 SE is kind of going for the audiophile, and the H1s are kind of for an everyday person who wants to use it in different capacities. I'm going to be running with the H1s for a while. I'm going to be trying them out long-term to see how they hold up, and I'll let you know if anything changes. All right, that's all I've got for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. It really helps out my channel, and consider subscribing so you don't miss more videos from me in the future. Also, let me know what earbuds you've been running on. What are your favorites right now? I think I'm done now. I'll see you next time.